Hey, good night, good morning, good evening. Okay, Sarah, whatever it may be, whatever time it may be. Let it be. And once again, y'all, this your boy Rob Thomas Jr. Just closing out the way that last video ended. I really want to do a whole lot better with these videos, man. It's like I see where the lack of consistency on my behalf is really causing this channel to suffer. And I have to apologize for that. But just know that for me, things, even though right now they're not nowhere near where I want them to be, they're getting better and better. Every day I do the things that's needed to make my situation better, as opposed to complaining or just waddling in uh, a quagmire of my feelings, my emotions. You know, we can get in our feelings sometimes, man, and miss the opportunity to get out of your situation. Emotions make you freeze up sometimes. And again, the things that I'm going through, it basically makes it hard for me to be consistent. But I'm going to literally be more and more consistent when it comes to this channel, man, because I see that it's growing. Even though I haven't been doing videos in the last 3 weeks, the number of viewers is still increasing. Meaning that if I can continue to bring y'all the real news behind this fake mainstream media fantasy world of illusions, smoke, and mirror. This channel can be something that the creator uses to awaken a lot of people. Now, when I say awaken, I'm not talking about get up here trying to spit some old beautiful, eloquent black power knowledge or or just be a so-called woke person. But awakening means to me to just start thinking different. I mean, come on. There's nothing wrong at all. In fact, I encourage people to listen to our elders. But on a lot of things that our elders taught us, just as folklore and stuff of that nature, you have a right to start asking questions. The things that your government tells you through the media, you definitely have a right, or really, it's your responsibility to ask questions. If your preacher tells you something that just does not really 100% feel right, you definitely better ask questions. It's all about challenging a system that we know wants to enslave us all, and it does this by number one means tribalism. Tribalism is the number one weapon that those who we were talking about earlier in the earlier video wants to depopulate the earth. Tribalism is their greatest weapon because if we can get them fighting each other, excuse me, on all these different levels, they're gonna have time to worry about fighting the system that's oppressing them all. So what my job here at the Real News Behind the News is to be that one person that might ask some of the stupidest questions. They would try to paint it as one of the dumbest and stupidest questions that a person could ever ask. But in most cases, you know a dumb question when it's being asked. But a seriously legitimate question, they're going to try to portray the questioner as a lunatic, psychopath, drug addict. They're going to try to discredit a person like me in every way they can because they don't want you listening to me asking these questions because once you ask some of the questions that I ask, it's automatically going to spark a different way of thinking. Well, wait a minute. Again, like we talked about earlier, If you say 17 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia, why do we invade Afghanistan? The system and the powers that be can give you those direct answers, but they don't want to and they can't give you this. The real answer behind that is because, again, your military is being used as a bunch of kick men. So when the person like me asks that question, they got to try to paint me as a conspiracy theorist, a lunatic, or whatever to get you from thinking about asking that question. Because once you ask it, it's going nothing ever is going to be the same again. So I did this video. I know I'm an hour and a half late from what I said I was going to do from the last video that ended, but I just did this video to let you all know y'all can look forward to another video tomorrow, maybe two or more. As soon as I wake up, I gotta go up there and see them puppies, man, get them straight. I'll be up there pretty much 3, 4 hours just hanging out with the puppies. I miss them so much. But y'all catch me, man, tomorrow. And no matter what my situation is, as long as I'm around a phone that has internet capability, I'm gonna bring y'all a show. I mean, a broadcast every day. Because again, I do believe that consistency is the one issue that is really stifling this channel. But even in my inconsistency, I see that, man, the numbers we getting at least 5 people in a week in the last month, and I haven't done but maybe 2, 3 videos in the last month. So we're our numbers for subscribers is steadily going up, which means that it's incumbent on me now to put forth relevant, factual, but most importantly, informative information. All again, I'm not trying to get you to think the way I want you to think. Then I would be no better than CNN or Fox. I'm not trying to brainwash you. All I'm trying to do is be the condom between you and the penis that's shooting lies out the mainstream media's, propaganda machine. I'm just here to keep you from getting pregnant from their lies, man. But there's nothing else forcing uncomfortable questions, but questions that need to be asked. Because again, man, we cannot continue, especially here in America, to think that we are so woke, so conscious. When America, we so damn dumb, we don't realize we're only getting access to 30% of the World Wide Web. People thinking that Google is the World Wide Web. No, sir. There's way much more out there. Things that you all don't see on TV, you leave it up to me. And I'm gonna bring it to you. And then it always happens whenever I tell you something today, I'm labeled crazy or I'm tripping, but weeks, days, weeks, months, maybe sometimes years later, always on some form of social media stage. And I tell you, so it's not that I'm brilliant. It's just I have been blessed with a gift of insight, first and foremost. But at the same time, I'm not just gonna let nobody tell me anything, especially a bunch of liars in our government that have been proven to be liars, thieves at the same time, because they lied to you in your face while they reaching around and stealing your wallet out your back pocket. And I actually enjoyed it. So y'all look for me later on today. I can't say a specific time, but it'll be pretty much after everybody get out of church because you know they gotta go get Jesus that money. Let me ask you a question. If there's only one Jesus, why is there 1,000 churches in every city? And if God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, why does that nigga need money every? Just a little simple question. He like to ask, especially me here at the real news behind it. All right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Um, please, y'all, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you like what we're doing at this channel, you want to support it and help us, keep going. Hey, please, most importantly, hit the Cash App button, hit PayPal. We really can use all that right now. But till y'all see me later on today, it's your boy Rod Thomas Jr. saying, always ask questions. And if you don't know what to ask, check us out here at the Real News Behind the News, and we'll help you ask the question about all the events that the media is showing you that really affect your day-to-day life. They're giving you a slanted, a distorted, and false point of view of what's really going on, trick you into accepting this new world order. I don't know if y'all hear that and y'all think conspiracy theory, but the new world order is very real. It's not what you all maybe think. Uh, Watching old rich white dudes in a smoke-filled room talking about controlling all the world's resources, but that's really what the new world order is. But in reality, it's your pharmaceutical company. Hey, what did you think what happened in Beirut last year? Uh, testing out their testing out their special toy, testing out their special toy. Um, Joshua, you have to realize, and I try to say this with no uh, condemnation or indictment on the people of Israel themselves proper. A lot of those people are just misdeceived, believing that they are the original Hebrews. But when I talk about the Hebrew people, just as I do about uh, Christians, when I talk about this situation, you really have to understand the root of racism. The God of the Bible, the God of the Quran, the God of the Torah, the Talmud, the God of all the major three religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, is the source of racism and white supremacy. Because again, he created all the nationality of people, uh, all the races, all the breeds of people. He himself created all of us and told the rest of us that the Jews were his special people, his chosen one, which is racism. Anybody outside the Jews, if you read the Bible, the Quran and Torah, if you read especially the Bible and the Torah, anybody outside the Jews, God told him to go and kill them, annihilate them. Yeah. So when it comes to testing out their special toys and all that, again, going back to Israel, that should not be a surprise to a really woke and conscious person who say they're woke and conscious. Because if they are really woke and conscious, they will understand that we give the nation of Israel $10 million at least every week, or $52 million a year, just to conduct experiments and come up with new weapons of war, to come up with new tactics in crowd suppression, crowd control. Those things that the Israelis create, perfect, and implement is then transported through white supremacy, Zionism, back to the United States and to the rest of the world. Again, you see where that a former cop, Derek Chauvin, was just sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison. But do you realize the tactic that he used to eventually strangle the life out of George Floyd? They learned it from the Israeli military. So this thing is a whole lot bigger, and it's going to take a whole nother show. And really, I'm tired, man. It's hot. I got to try to get myself prepared. I got to go out here and sleep in this heat. I'm really just, I'm glad that you always here, Joshua. People such as yourself who've been here, uh, 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 supporting what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, man. You just don't know how much that really means to me. You know, it really just seeing people who was there in the beginning when I started this, that's still here, still bringing relevant questions to this video, to this broadcast, because your questions are just really the most important part of the broadcast to me. You all's questions, because it gives us a chance to um, really answer questions that are a whole different set of people. If you got a question, you know what I'm saying, you ask it, maybe 10 more people wanted to ask that question. And they got 10 people asking them that question, who got 10 people asking them. And maybe by me being able to be a blessing to give my interpretation on it, which I believe is always right, you know. And if nothing else, it gives us a different avenue outside of what we've been taught in mainstream religion, media, politics, science, or whatever. It gives us a different avenue to go down because I'm looking at everything from a realist point of view, everything from a common sense point of view, everything from a non biased point of view because I don't get off into like what we were talking about earlier, tribalism. I'm not a religious person. I don't give a crap about your political affiliation. I don't give a crap if you're pro life, pro choice. I mean, I don't care if you're straight, gay. I don't care about none of that because when you do, what's technology used against us? It's all demonic. Yeah, it is. But come on, look at men. Men are only creators of what's inside their mind. And a lot of times it ain't demonic. You just have a lot of evil men. You know, evil only prospers when good men do nothing. Who that said? Edmund Burke. The only thing necessary for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. Or also he could have added, or for good men to be deceived into thinking that there is no evil that is prevailing. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on today. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man. I'm kind of tired. If y'all can tell, man, I'm hot out here. Ah, man, sleeping in the heat. I would not have made a good slave at all. Definitely would have made a good slave. Uh, it's happening now. Everything is happening. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in detail in a couple hours. But with that being said, man, it's almost 1:40 a.m. here Central Standard Time. Y'all be looking forward between now and 12 hours from now, 1:40 of Central Standard Time tomorrow, today, this afternoon. I will be bringing you all the real news behind the news. Today, we're going to go for a couple of hours. We're going to do even have fun raise. We need to raise some money. I don't care if we do go for 3 hours, and within that 3 hour period, 200 people watch the video. Out of them 200 people, we need all of them to donate $1. Y'all hit the cash out, man. Until then, please hit the like, the thumbs up, and the share button. Y'all make sure you subscribe also by hitting that bell so that when we do this video a little bit later on today, it's going to be an ultimate affair because we're going to talk about everything that I haven't been able to talk about in the last 2 months. If I've really been going through this drama that I'm going through. So until then, I guarantee you we will do it today. Till then, y'all be blessed.